guys, welcome to music. Today we are doing a dance to a wonderful folk song called Shoo Fly. All right, everyone stand up in a circle and take hands with the people next to you. Now, as I sing, you can take 4 steps in. Shoo fly, don't bother me. Shoo fly, don't bother me. 4 steps out. Shoo fly, don't bother me, for I belong to somebody. Okay, now you two make your hands into an arch, and now the other side of the circle, walk through and turn the circle inside out. I feel like a morning star. I feel like a morning star. Got it?
They always fall down. Why? I've decided it's human nature. When you do Shoo Fly, when you do a thing that gets all crazy and silly, you just want to fall down. That's what it is. Is it safe? Not really. Here's my tips for avoiding a Shoo Fly catastrophe. Shoo Fly is found on page 21 of Feierabend's Song Dances. Lovely book. He's missing a few things. Here's what he's missing: an asterisk. One person designated as the leader pulls the circle inside out by going under the arch formed by 2 dancers who are opposite him/her in the circle. Here is what we need: an asterisk that reads, "Chaos might ensue. Injuries may follow. Teach this carefully." Today I'm here to give you the needed footnote on how do you teach your students between 3rd and 5th grade, do this with 2nd grade, to safely turn and circle inside out, turn it back the right way without damaging any shoulders, hurting any elbows, or falling in a heap on the ground. Now, first tip that I have is to understand that any issues your students have with turning your circle are probably just because they're not used to moving their bodies that way, and the frustration you feel is because you're not used to teaching that move. So really understand that it's just a lack of body awareness for both the students and the teacher, and how do we teach them that skill? Adults have the same problems. I've seen in community merengue classes, when trying to learn to do that same arm wrap move, adults get hopelessly locked. They get stuck to their partner, probably fall on the floor. It's very common, and we just need to find ways to alleviate. So tip 1, remember, it's just body awareness. How do we give the awareness? Step 2, start by practicing singly. Never do with a partner, which you can't do by yourself first. So you have to loosen your shoulders, figure out what is the correct way to spin. After they do that, practice the other arm. Every student needs to be able to be the arch, and the only way you can ensure this is by making sure that every student has practiced. How do I turn under? How do I turn the other direction? Next, everyone else who's in the circle is easy. It's when the 2 students get to be the halves of the arch that the danger occurs. This is where their arms will end up crossing as the circle goes under, and they have to be able to spin. They will not be able to do this if their arms are locked, if they hold themselves rigid, or if they do not let a fluid motion continue carrying them through. So practice with your arms crossed, because this is the move that happens when you are the arch. When you are getting pulled through, which arm do you go under? I've seen lots of times that students try to go underneath the bottom arm. Impossible! They have to be able to slide the other way. Third, model it first with a select group of students. You might be tempted to say, oh, this is a whole group activity. Let's do the entire class one time, have us all go through in one arch. Do not try. If you try and succeed, congratulations. I think it's much better, much safer, and much more successful for all students if you select the students who you know they'll be able to get this. I usually do it in groups of about 5 to 6 students. So I will take my 5 students who I'm like, they'll be able to follow this direction. We turn the circle inside out, and everyone else's face lights up immediately because they understand how much fun it's going to be. If they are unsuccessful, my job is to model good sportsmanship. It's okay if we make a mistake. It's okay if we have a confusion the first time. Let's take the steps. How can we figure it out? Let's reflect on it. And then do it again. Usually they will have it by the second time. And then let us just go. I divide the class into groups of 5 to 6. And I tell them, you've got a couple of minutes. Figure this out. we've practiced turning individually. Now they're ready to turn with a whole group, and I don't have to worry about them falling. If they do want to fall, I always tell them I get 1,000,000 points if you fall down. So that kind of keeps them on their toes. Using that method, I've been successful in teaching Shoo Fly to 2nd through 5th graders in about 7 minutes. And it's been safe, it's been fun, it's always been a successful activity. Thank you for joining me today on tips for elementary music, especially using the Feierabend curriculum. If you have any other questions, write them in the comments below. Ask about specific activities and the ways I've taught them and the pitfalls to avoid. And have a really fun time just enjoying the music.